Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. And I apologize for the glare that's showing on my iPad, but I will be moving the iPad in a moment, and so hopefully that will go away. I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be working with today. I came across this pen that is by Nina Bagley, and she makes unusual jewelry, which really doesn't apply a lot to junk journaling. But I came across this necklace that she made, and I thought this was really cute. This little thing that she made here, in a, she calls it a bookless, like necklace, bookless. And I tried to go to the link, and it's on ornamental type pad, and nothing happens. So I couldn't see exactly how she constructed it, or the materials or anything like that. But I am going to kind of change this up a little bit and make it a tiny notebook for our little reporter's journal that I'm working on, that's got the really grungy pages, typewriters, and things like that in it. There are a couple videos on this, how I put the pages together, and how I made this pocket, and this was my Wednesday Grunge Day play. So, yeah. So we're going to make a little notebook to go in here, and just kind of continuing our little make-believe made-up story that we've got going on for this one. So what I have done is I have cut some cardstock, and this is not real thick cardstock, and it's got kind of a linen finish on it, and so I'm going to double it up to make it a little thicker. This one I've already glued together. I haven't glued these together yet because I want to put this piece of elastic in here to be a little pencil holder. So I'm going to sandwich it in between the two pieces before I glue them together, so that it will hold this little stubby pencil that I have, kind of like that. And I think I'm gonna staple it and then glue it. I want to make sure it's tight enough for the pencil to go in and out, but not too loose for it to fall out. Does that make sense? Alright, so if I get my tiny attacher here, and you could sew this too if you didn't want staples, and I'm wondering, would that look better actually if I stitched it? I don't think it's gonna matter. I'm gonna staple it, and if I feel like it's not gonna work, I can always go back and stitch it. So I'm gonna try to keep my fingers out of the way of the staple. And just staple it like that. I think that's tight enough to hold it. Alright, so now I'm going to glue this in between the two layers of cardstock so that it looks nice and neat on both sides. Like that. Okay, so what do I want to use? I might want to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac to put under the elastic, even though my Fabri-Tac is not cooperating with me here lately. I think I need to put a little bit of acetone in it. It just seems like it's getting really thick. So I'm going to put that there and then put a little bit on top. And then I'm going to use art glitter glue for the rest. Just to glue the two pieces together. How is everybody? I am filming this on Thursday, even though it won't come out until the weekend. No, it'll come out. What am I saying? I'm filming this on Wednesday, and it will come out on Thursday. I'm getting all my days mixed up. I'm trying to get ahead a couple with the holiday coming up, and I have company coming in and all that kind of fun stuff for Thanksgiving. So I need to keep myself ahead. Alright, so that should glue that, and we'll give that a minute to dry, and we'll do some work on the front cover and some of the pages. So for the front, this looks like a piece of canvas, like a canvas bag. I didn't have anything like that, but I did have this, and that's why I went with a darker color for the cover in the back, because mine's going to be kind of the opposite of what's here, you know, the light color with the dark. I'm doing the dark color with the light, just to give it a little bit more contrast. And I've just cut some coffee dye paper, you know, a little bit shorter than the cover, just little scrap pieces to put inside of the notebook. And I'm going to round all those edges on the bottom. There, I was hoping the crocodile would do all those at the same time, and it did. And I'm going to round the front piece on the bottom. And I'm going to round the back piece just on the bottom. Okay, so that's on my rounding. Now, I'm going to poke holes in the top. And I'm hoping the crocodile is going to go through all of this at the same time. If not, we'll have to come up with plan B. But my hope is that I can punch them all. Anything that I can do that I don't have to sit down and take a precise measurement makes me happy. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap this around the top, and I will glue it, but first I wanted to make sure that my holes were going to go through everything at the same time, because like I said, I'll have to come up with a different strategy if it doesn't. And pull this over a little more, and I can always trim it off. All right, let me minimize the potential disaster that I'm about to cause. And I'm going to clamp at the bottom so it won't be moving around too much. Now I can have more hands. Do I want it? I might want it that thick. Wide. Do I want it that wide? Do I want to trim it down a little bit? Sorry, I'm having a debate with myself. I think I'm going to try to trim this. I have more, so if I mess it up, I can grab another piece. You never know till you try, right? Oh yeah, I like that better actually because it did a nice little fray on there. Okay, so now I'm going to do it flat here and wrap it around. Like that. Alright, and then I'm going to get my carpet out and hold my breath that it's going to cut through all this. I'm going to poke 2 holes. Like butter, guys. Okay. Alright, so now I can take my scissors. Uh-oh, that one didn't, on the back, I didn't have it quite even in it. Wasn't quite all the way down on the fabric, but that's fine. It's not going to hurt a thing. As long as it has paper. I'm just going to trim these up a little bit so I can get my eyelets through there, and then I'm going to cut this in half. Yeah, we're good on the paper, so that's all I'm worried about. Alright, so now we can, nope, I had it right the first time. Put this here, and I am going to tack it down just a little bit with glue. So that I can get everything lined up. And then on the back, yeah, I didn't quite have that even on the back, wrong way, but that's okay, because not going to make a bit of difference. So again, I'm going to put some glue. Okay, and I'll trim that off. A little fussy cutting scissors don't want to cut that fabric. Get my other ones here. Not that those want to do much better, but they're working better than those little ones. Okay, now we're going to take the grommets and put in here. And set those. I believe that's going to be the right one. The post on these almost isn't long enough, and I thought I pulled out some that were long enough. I think it'll be all right. Yep. All right, so there's our little notebook put together. All right, so now let's do some grunging and some decorating. Oh, and I'm going to put these little rings in here. These are little Tim Holtz rings. You could use, you could not pinch your finger with them. That would be good. You could use, you know, any kind of little rings that you have if you wanted to not use something this big and you wanted to use like a, you know, jewelry thing. I can't think of what word I'm looking for. You know, just one of the little metal jewelry pieces. You could do that, but I thought these little rings would be cute. All right, so now let's grunge her up. I'm going to use walnut stain, I think, for around the edges since we've got such a dark cardstock. Alright, and then let's use some vintage photo and go in a little deeper off the edge, kind of dirty it up. I did put a little bit of coffee stain on this fabric, but I didn't go crazy because I wanted the contrast. And let's also kind of distress the edges a little bit. Boy, I've got stuff all over my glass mat. I need to clean it. Where's my little distressor tool? There it is. See if we can kind of rough these up a little bit. Okay, liking that. Now, on her little necklace piece, and I wish I could get to a site to see the whole necklace, because it looks like it would be quite interesting. But I can't see beyond that. She's got this little piece of canvas right here that's got a number on it, so I want to do something like that. And what I did is I cut a little piece of canvas. This is actual, canvas that you paint on. And I'm going to grunge it up. And I'm going to stamp a number on it. And I'm going to choose number 5 because I like number 5. So I've got just a Tim Holtz number 5 stamp here. And I'm going to stamp it with black archival ink and let that dry while we're doing something else. And that way I can be sure that it's going to dry. Before I put it on. There we go. If you've never stamped on canvas, it has a really cool effect, in my opinion, because the canvas grain shows through your stamp, and I think that just looks really neat. All right, and then I'm going to glue it, and then I have another little grommet that we're going to use to put that on, but I'm going to let it dry for a minute. And then I want to put some kind of label right here. Here's one that says Field Diary. That's a possibility. Found that one right off the bat. Jumped right out at me. I like to have a little bit of red. Not down there. The reason I'm bringing in the red is because the pencil has red in it, if you're wondering. Okay, so let's glue this down. Now, if you're left-handed, like I am, you might want your pencil over here. But if you make like this, you could easily just do this and decorate this as well. And that way, if you're left-handed, you know, you could use it this way. And if you're right-handed, you could use it this way. So, there you go. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bitty hole. Don't want to catch my paper. Move my little guide back a little bit. I can't get it deep enough. Alright, so we're going to punch a little hole. About right there. And then put our little grommet in. Maybe. These little grommets don't cooperate with nails very well if you have nails. Okay, and then let's set that. There we go. And then we can grunge up our labels here. Alright, and so we'll put the red one behind, just so we have a little bit of red sticking out. And then this one here. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to put some little splatters on there with Vintage Photo. Do the back. And put our little pencil in there. And there we go. There's our little reporter's notebook. And you can just turn it up. You're probably going to have to crease these. The covers a little bit. because obviously, you know, it won't flip all the way on these rings because you've got the rings attaching it. What you could do, and maybe what I should do, is score it right there. But I think once I flip it up and down a couple of times, it's going to be fine. I'll just kind of take my bone folder and rub along that edge. But then you can, the back doesn't matter because it's going to lay flat. You're not going to be flipping it up and down. You can put it in your journal. And a belly band would be cute. If you had a belly band, maybe what I do. Now, these rings are going to be a little bulky, but they're not going to be bad because, of course, you know, I bulk everything up. But because they will kind of move. But like I said, jump rings. That's the word I was looking for earlier. If you didn't want rings this big, you could use, you know, larger jump rings, or just tie some twine through there, or, you know, whatever you want through there to attach them. And then, you know, you could put this over a page if you wanted, with a pencil kind of hanging out. That would be kind of cute. And then when you shut your journal, the pencil would be kind of hanging over there. So that's it, guys. Our little notebook inspired by a necklace. Again, her name is Nina Bagley. Thank you, Nina, for the inspiration. I didn't do jewelry today, but you gave me a really cool idea for this little notepad. So I hope everybody enjoyed that, and you'll go out and make your own. I mean, you could make these for Christmas. That'd be real cute for your Christmas list. Although, I guess a lot of people use their phones and stuff. But sometimes it's just kind of fun to write things down, you know? I always keep my Christmas list on a sheet of paper because it's a tradition. You know, it's kind of one of those things that I've always done, and we don't have enough tradition anymore. So that's kind of fun to just make out my Christmas list on a piece of paper or in a little notepad or something, and, you know, go through my list and be able to draw a big line through it once I get the gift that I'm getting for that particular person. But yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. The only thing is this may be too much blank space for me. So I'm going to leave it at the moment. And kind of let the journal come together a little more. But I may go back and put some kind of stamp or something right there. But we'll see. So I hope you guys like that. Let me know, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for the 50 Stack Challenge 3. Until then, everybody have a good evening. Bye.